Catherine Zeta-Jones, a name that echoes through Hollywood as a symbol of elegance, strength, and timeless beauty. But behind the glamour, the awards, and the radiant smile lies a story of heartbreak, endurance, and survival that few truly understand. At 55, Catherine's life tells a story not of perfection, but of perseverance. A story that proves even the brightest stars have their shadows. Born in Swansea, Wales, Catherine was a dreamer from the start, a girl with fire in her eyes and a voice that demanded to be heard. She fought her way into the spotlight, conquering Broadway, captivating Hollywood, and becoming one of the most admired actresses of her generation. From Chicago to The Mask of Zorro, she embodied confidence and grace. Yet behind the curtain, her life was marked by quiet battles that fame could never erase. The pressure of Hollywood's expectations, the constant scrutiny of her marriage, and the endless demand to remain flawless weighed heavily on her spirit. Even as she smiled for the cameras, Catherine often found herself questioning whether the price of fame was worth the pain. But even as Catherine Zeta-Jones found her voice and courage, the challenges did not disappear. Fame is a double-edged sword, and for someone who values family, peace, and privacy, the glare of the spotlight can feel suffocating. Her marriage to Michael Douglas, despite its endurance, faced storms that nearly tore them apart: age differences, health battles, and the strain of constant media judgment. When Michael was diagnosed with cancer, Catherine stood by him with unwavering strength. But the emotional weight of that season nearly broke her. Then came her own mental health battles, long, quiet nights of anxiety and reflection, where the laughter and lights of Hollywood felt like a distant echo. But Catherine never allowed herself to disappear into that darkness. Instead, she embraced her truth, leaned into her art, and chose love over bitterness. Her children, Dylan and Karis, became her source of healing, the reminder that life's true purpose lies not in fame or fortune, but in family and authenticity. Today, at 55, Catherine Zeta-Jones stands as a symbol of grace under pressure. She has faced heartbreak, judgment, and pain, yet she continues to rise with elegance and purpose, showing the world that real strength comes not from perfection, but from perseverance. Still, behind that timeless smile and radiant poise, Catherine Zeta-Jones carries the weight of lessons learned through heartbreak and survival. The woman the world sees walking red carpets in shimmering gowns has endured moments of deep loneliness and private tears that few could imagine. In Hollywood, where youth is worshipped and age often whispered about, Catherine refused to fade away. She reinvented herself. Every wrinkle, every scar became a mark of her journey. She has spoken openly about her struggles, not to gain sympathy, but to remind others that even the most glamorous lives are touched by pain. She once said, "You can't have the sweet without the sour," and those words capture her life perfectly. The tragedy of Catherine Zeta-Jones is not found in scandal or downfall. It lies in the quiet battles fought behind the scenes, the emotional storms that shaped her into the woman she is today. Her grace is not effortless, it's earned. Her smile is not shallow, it's survival. And as she looks ahead, embracing every stage of her life with gratitude and power, Catherine reminds the world that beauty is not in the face, it's in the fight, the courage to keep shining even when the world tries to dim your light. Now, at 55, Catherine Zeta-Jones moves through life with a rare blend of strength and serenity. The sparkle in her eyes isn't just from the cameras anymore, It's from wisdom, healing, and peace earned through fire. She no longer chases fame, she chooses fulfillment. The heartbreaks, the struggles, the constant pressure to be perfect, all of it has shaped her into a woman who knows her worth, beyond Hollywood's applause. Catherine spends her days balancing motherhood, marriage, and creativity, often retreating to the quiet comfort of her home, where she finds joy in music, laughter, and simple moments that once seemed out of reach. The tragedy of Catherine Zeta-Jones isn't in her downfall, but in the price she paid for her rise, the sleepless nights, the battles with anxiety, and the relentless judgment that came with her brilliance. Yet, through it all, she emerged not broken, but beautifully human. Her story is one of resilience, grace, and the power of self-acceptance. So, as we reflect on her journey, let's honor Catherine for the woman she truly is, not just the actress, but the survivor, the mother, and the fighter who taught us that true elegance is found in endurance. If her story touches you, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, because her life reminds us that even in tragedy, there is strength, beauty, and hope. Even now, Catherine Zeta-Jones continues to redefine what it means to be a Hollywood legend. She no longer needs to prove herself, her legacy speaks for her. Every role she takes on today carries a deeper meaning, infused with the wisdom of a woman who has lived, loved, and learned through pain and perseverance. Away from the spotlight, Catherine finds joy in the little things, the laughter of her children, the quiet support of her husband, and the peace that comes with embracing life's imperfections. She's become a voice for self-acceptance and mental health awareness, using her platform to remind others that it's okay to not be okay. The tragedy of Catherine Zeta-Jones isn't a story of failure, it's a story of survival, of a woman who faced her own storms and still chose to dance in the rain. Her grace, her humility, and her strength continue to inspire millions across the world. She shows us that true beauty is not about age or fame, but about authenticity and resilience. So as we look at Catherine today, we see not a fading star, but a woman still shining softer, wiser, and more radiant than ever. If her story moved you, honor her strength by subscribing, liking, and sharing, because Catherine's journey reminds us all that the most powerful kind of beauty is the kind that never gives up. And as Catherine Zeta-Jones stands gracefully at 55, she carries her past not as a burden, but as a badge of honor. Every challenge, every heartbreak, every quiet moment of doubt has become part of the masterpiece that is her life. Hollywood may have tried to box her into labels, the beauty, the wife, the icon, but Catherine has proven she is so much more. She is a storyteller, a survivor, a woman unafraid to show her scars. Her journey reminds us that fame can fade, but integrity never does. Those who know her closely describe her as warm, reflective, and deeply grateful for the second chances life has given her. When she looks in the mirror now, she doesn't see the actress who once chased perfection. She sees a woman who fought for peace and found it. Her tragedy, if we can call it that, lies not in loss, but in the unseen sacrifices, the moments when she put on a brave face for the world, while quietly rebuilding herself inside. Catherine Zeta-Jones has shown the world that even in the face of heartache, one can choose grace over bitterness, love over regret, and purpose over pain. Her story is a mirror for anyone who has ever struggled, fallen, or doubted their worth, a reminder that redemption isn't just possible, it's beautiful. If her story inspires you, Take a moment to subscribe, like, and share, because Catherine's life is a living testament to courage, love, and the unbreakable spirit of a woman who refused to let her light go out. Today, Catherine Zeta-Jones stands not as a tragic figure, but as a living symbol of perseverance and renewal. The storms she weathered, from the pressures of Hollywood to her personal battles, shaped her into the woman she is now. Calm, grounded, and unapologetically herself. Gone are the days when she needed validation from critics or the industry. She has learned that real happiness doesn't come from fame or fortune, but from the quiet moments of truth, the laughter shared with her family, the peace she feels when the cameras stop rolling, the strength that comes from knowing she's survived every challenge life threw her way. Catherine's story is not just one of tragedy, it's one of transformation. She has proven that even after heartbreak, even after years of being misunderstood, a person can rise with grace and still shine just as bright. Her beauty today is not in her flawless image, but in her resilience, in the way she continues to move forward with kindness and courage. Catherine Zeta-Jones's journey reminds us that no matter how hard life becomes, we can always choose to start again, to heal, and to find light in the shadows. As the years go by, Catherine Zeta-Jones continues to embrace her journey with humility and wisdom. She has learned to find beauty in the passage of time, to appreciate each wrinkle as a story and each scar as a lesson. Hollywood's spotlight may shift to younger faces, but Catherine's light burns differently now, softer, warmer, and far more powerful. She speaks often about gratitude, about how the most valuable thing she's gained isn't fame or awards, but peace with herself, her past, and her place in the world. The tragedy that once defined her narrative has evolved into triumph, a story of a woman who walked through the fire and emerged not untouched, but unbroken. She spends her time mentoring young actors, supporting her family, and living life with authenticity, showing the world that grace doesn't fade, it deepens. Catherine Zeta-Jones reminds us that the measure of success isn't in how loudly the world applauds you, but in how quietly your soul rests when the stage goes dark. Her story is not an ending, but an ongoing testament to strength, resilience, and the power of starting over.